going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, the other day the Chargers did release their veteran linebacker Eric Kendricks, who signed last free agency. I guess he is a bit too old for the new direction they're going, and I guess they saved about $3 to $5 million letting him go towards the cap, which is nice. Obviously, we're still waiting on the big news of the wide receiver Mike Williams, or if they're trading away Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, restructuring Keenan Allen, because I don't think he's going to be going anywhere, but they definitely have to add some more years to his contract to help out the money, at least this year. But yes, I think it's coming up soon where it's a deadline where they have to get under a certain amount of money. So this kind of helps towards that, but I'm expecting another big-time move coming up soon. And then the freshman star player for the USC women's basketball team, Juju Watkins, did win the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year this last season, and then also she got a mention on the All Pac-12 team and an honorable mention on the defensive team for the Pac-12, which is pretty cool for her. And I think even Raya Marshall, the center, and Mackenzie Forbes, the other transfer player, did pretty well and got some honorable mentions on the All Pac-12 teams and defensive sides as well for the All Pac-12 honor. So that's pretty good. At least they definitely had some people step up on their side. I know they're getting some really talented girls next year as well. So hopefully they will be able to help Juju, and we'll see what happens. I know they're the number 2 ranked team in the Pac-12 tournament that actually starts today when you're watching this on Thursday. So yeah, we'll see who they get. I think it's between Arizona and Washington, so whoever won that tonight, Wednesday, I guess that's who's playing. But yes, at least they did get a bye week of that first game, so we'll see how this ends up for them, but definitely looking forward to seeing if they can win this tournament and get that automatic bid towards the March Madness tournament. And then, yeah, when it came to the transfer offensive lineman Jared Kingston from USC, and I guess they are putting out a bunch of numbers from that NFL draft combine, and I guess he was the 3rd most bench press player out there. I think he did like 32 reps of 220 something pounds, which is pretty crazy. There's been guys who obviously did a lot more, and a lot of people were expecting a lot of good things from Kingston while at USC. He just never seemed healthy enough, and I think he was playing out of position, but maybe he will get drafted just because of a lot of good numbers he did put up at that combine. So that'll be pretty interesting to see where he does go. And then the other senior now offensive lineman from USC, Justin Dedich, is like the 3rd ranked offensive lineman, or at least graded player in that category from PFF, I guess, throughout their whole entire career while playing. I think they have a couple other guys who are draft eligible that are a bit higher than him, and this guy wasn't even invited to the combine as well. But his numbers are that good. That's why I always say it's PFF does like a lot of stuff like USC and Duke, but a lot of those guys aren't invited or thought well of around the league, especially when it comes to the NFL draft. But maybe we'll see if they end up getting drafted late, or getting put on as an undrafted free agent on an NFL roster in the future. You never know. Ex-USC guy Michael Pittman Jr., the wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, did get what they're calling a non-exclusive franchise tag, which obviously is something that NFL teams use to be able to keep that player once free agency starts, and technically that player can sign that tag contract, which is the average of all the NFL players at that same position. So his is probably going to be around $20 million, but teams like to do that so then they have the next couple of months before the real season starts to be able to work out a real deal, like a 2 to 4 year deal for that said player, instead of them signing that 1 year deal, which is pretty high, have it be less, like 10 to 12 to 15 or something like that for the next couple years. So like I said, it looks like they're wanting to keep him. Obviously I would have liked him with the Chargers, but I think he's pretty happy up there with his farm life and stuff. So congrats to him. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a nice contract. Just have to wait a little bit longer for that to happen. And then Grayson Allen the other day did go off as well. I think he was the 2nd highest scorer on his team. He had 28 points. He had 8 3-pointers and 5 rebounds. And I believe even in the first half, before halftime, he was like 6 for 6 from the 3-point line as well. So he's definitely been stepping up with with all those injuries that the Phoenix Suns have had, which does suck because the Lakers are trying to chase them in the playoff race here, and they just keep on winning, and it's a lot to do with Grayson Allen too. So yes, it's a catch-22. I am happy for his success, but like I said, it's always tough when it's for a team that's a rival of the Lakers, and especially now a rival in the playoff chase. So we'll see how that ends up going. Yes, there was Taj Gibson, an ex-USC power forward / center, who did sign a 10-day contract with the Detroit Pistons. So we'll see if he ends up staying there for the rest of the season. I think he still has the ability to go sign with another playoff team at some point if he does want to still continue after this 10-day contract. So we will see. Speaking of those newer incoming freshmen that will soon be on the women's side, all three of them. Kennedy Smith was a second-team Naismith All-American with honors, and then as well as Kaylee Heckel. She was a third-team. And Avery Howell, surprisingly, at least to me, was only an honorable mention. She didn't make any of those teams, but I thought she was ranked higher and considered the better of these two. So I'm wondering if maybe she is still thought of as a high-valued prospect, but maybe didn't play this year, which is why she only got honorable mention. Unless she is ranked later, and I was only looking at one spot that had her higher. You never know, but like I said, a lot of these girls are within like the top 20 of next year's class coming in, so that'll be pretty exciting to see them all on the team as well. And then, Duke did get a big-time commitment today from a 5-star center in Khaman Maluach. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. And he did sign with that 2024 class, which is shaping up to be pretty big. So when you go through the list, it's pretty crazy. Obviously, the number one player, Cooper Flagg, signed. Maluach as well just signed. Isaiah Evans, who's like number 2 at his position. Con Canupel, number 3 at his position. Patrick Mbonga, the second, another top center. And Darren Harris as well, one of the really good shooting guards. And that's a lot of guys coming in for one freshman class. So kind of wondering how many of these guys that are on Duke's roster will be staying. They usually don't transfer. They either go to the NBA or that's pretty much it. They do stick around just being on the bench. But a lot of these guys are talented coming in. So I'm kind of wondering how that shapes up, like I said. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then, USC did add a new director of recruiting operations in Skylar Fan. Don't know exactly what they do and all that stuff, but it's a new hire for their football team, so congrats, I guess. And then USC commit on the basketball side, who's coming in next year as well, Liam Campbell. He was recently named the Idaho Max Preps Player of the Year, the high school basketball-wise in that region, which is pretty cool. And I think he just led his team to his second title in high school as well. So this guy definitely has that winning mentality. Hopefully he will be able to bring that into USC's culture. I know a lot of these guys are most likely one and dones. I don't think he is, so hopefully he will be able to stick around and bring that winning mentality, like I said. And then, yes, the Anaheim Ducks did get a win today, 2-1 over the Ottawa Senators. So, like I said, they've been back and forth. They'll win this game. We'll see how they do this Friday against Dallas, I believe it is. So, like I said, we'll wait and see. And yes, tonight the Lakers did lose to the Kings 120-130, which is pretty bad because the Kings are right above them and a pretty loaded 6 through 10 or something like that in the rankings and the standings. So it's pretty bad to lose right there. I think they might still be in 9th place, the Lakers. I really don't know after this loss. So I think the Warriors did win tonight as well. So I'll have to see the updated one tomorrow or today as you're watching this Thursday. But I think after the other game, the last win, LeBron became number 4 on the all-time NBA wins career list, which is pretty crazy. I think the only people ahead of him is obviously number 1, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 2 is Robert Parrish. I think he's a Celtic, so whatever. And then at number 3 was Tim Duncan, obviously the ex-great San Antonio Spur. They always did a lot of winning, and definitely a lot of winning in the finals as well. So I guess it's a nice list. I'm pretty sure if he'll stay in couple more years playing LeBron, that is, he will be able to pass up, at least get to third. The other guys did play for quite a bit as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I guess that's the only bright spot within the last couple of days for the Lakers. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.